All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna start, I was gonna start in order, but this is hive number 10 and hive number 9 right next to it. These are my smallest hives that I have. I started them as small splits. So let's see how many frames I have built up. They were in a nuke for a while. And let me get on my gloves and we'll start there. Let me get my hive tool. Like I said, so with these inspections, what I'm doing is just making sure, you know, see how my numbers are doing, make sure I see some eggs, some brood, larvae. Then if they need more room, to add more boxes, but it's in the summer, so they're not growing like the springtime. But at the same time, what I need to look for is small hive beetles, wax moths, so on and so forth. I've been using the dryer sheets, or not dryer sheets, but the Swiffer pads for my hive beetles, and they have been working great. So let's see if we could, oh yeah. So what I do, I like to, when I open up my lid, I like to look for any hive beetles, kill them if I can. So you can see these numbers for being a small hive, you know, they started off super small, but you know, they're moving into a few frames. So let's get in there and see what we could see. I'm actually gonna lift this stand up if I can, but I don't think I can. Yeah, this is as high as it goes, but I'm gonna try to leave this right here so y'all could see as I'm doing my inspections. And let's see, so you can see right here, I do have my Swiffer pad, and it does catch beetles, but unfortunately it does catch a little bit of bees that get stuck in it. But not many beetles in there, so that's a pretty good sign. I'm gonna go ahead and smoke these guys a little bit because they are coming after me. I'm wearing shorts, and I have these pants, this bee suit that has pants, but they were too small on me, and I ripped them in the crotch. So trying not to let any bees sneak in and get me. So let's see how they're doing. All these are still empty. They're barely starting to draw out right here. And let's see if we can see any brood or anything. I check my hives every week to 10 days. You can see this is going to be all nectar. This is all nectar and capped honey. It's not much brood. It looks like it was an old brood frame that they're just backfilling. There is a queen cup, but nothing in it. I'm just going to leave it there. There's a little bit more brood and some larvae. And real deep in here, y'all probably can't see, but there's some very small eggs and some very small larvae. So the brood pattern ain't the best, but it's pretty good though. I mean, for this time of year, yeah, all the empty spots have larvae everywhere, so that queen is doing good. See if we'll be able to spot her. I'm just gonna kind of go through these quick because I do have 10 of them to go through. Another queen cup. Oh yeah, larva like crazy. So she is doing great. Although it's not capped brood, you can see there's just larvae all in there, every spot. Now you do see this little queen cup here. I'm just gonna go ahead and rip that one open just so y'all can see. Let's see if there was an egg or anything in there. And it was just what they say, a practice one. This one has a lot of pollen in here, honey on the outsides, and where there's not pollen, there's larvae. So that is great. So here in a couple weeks, it'll be a full brood frame, which I noticed this hive was doing really good. I've been seeing new orientation flights and so on. So graduating bees, you can see here, it looks like a spotty brood pattern, but wherever it's spotty, there's larvae or there's pollen, so it's actually looking very good. Like I said, this was a small split that I started about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer. I think I started them off with 2 frames, and now they're up to 5.5. That's good. Another nectar and honey frame, so I'm happy with that one. I didn't see the queen, but I didn't really look for her because I know she's doing her job. So I'm gonna put all this back together. Space these out. The hardest part about beekeeping for me this year, since it is my first season, I make all my own equipment, but the hardest part is, well, it's not really the hardest part, it's what takes the longest, is you have to wait for them to actually build up their comb. You know, come next year, I'll have all these extra frames with comb, and of course harvesting honey will be a lot easier that way, and also just, you know, making splits and everything. You need comb with pollen or anything. Sorry, my camera tripod is not staying up good. And I'm trying to see at the same time. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna leave you right there. All right, so this first hive was good. On my smallest one, that was my newest hive. And this is actually a split from the same time, but it seemed like the queen was missing for a little while, so we'll see if there is a queen or not. See a hive beetle. Now this one I did add a couple frames of drawn out comb from an old hive that I wanted to try to boost up this hive because it was a lot weaker at one time. But you can see they're all dispersed all through. I'm just gonna give them a little bit of smoke just for the heck of it. Just get my smoker going. And let's see if we can see any signs of a queen. Like I said, there's been times where I thought it was queenless, but then the next time I looked and there was eggs and larvae and brood. So we got some brood here. I don't like this yellow foundation because it is hard to see. A better brood pattern here. It does look spotty, but I'm trying to use the sun to look for eggs. I did buy black foundation because it's just a lot easier to see compared to this yellow foundation. So I'm gonna scoot these over. Some of these were the used frames, so this is all nectar on these last two. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move along. I wanna see some larvae. All right, we got some more brood here. I see some small larvae. So this one I have not spotted the queen since I made the split. I made a split with virgin queens, or they, you know, I saw them when one of my first videos was with these hives. Oh yeah, we got a lot of larvae in here, so that's a lot better sign. I would just like to spot the queen just for the heck of it. It ain't necessary, but it would help. So this hive is actually doing good. Like I said, I thought it was queenless for a while, but in reality, I thought a few of these were when I dropped them and they fell over during the storm or something. But, oh yeah, lots of baby larvae in here, so the queen might be close to here. It's looking very good. Some people say it's too late to do splits and everything. I've been talking to my mentor. Excuse my dog in the background, she's trying to get in. She's my wife's dog, really. Anyways, they're saying it's too late to do splits. But heck, I haven't even started feeding yet because my mentor told me not to, and she's been right. They've still been bringing in nectar, and that flow is about to happen again for us down here. It's like it haven't really stopped. It just slowed down a little bit, but let's see if I could just kind of shove this back in here. I don't need to rearrange your house. So this hive is good. We saw eggs, larvae. I may add a box of this one soon, even though there's not a lot of bee numbers. And the reason for that is so I could add a feeder in here, because they didn't have many reserves. They did have some honey and some nectar, but we'll see. We'll wait another week, and I believe they say goldenrod is supposed to bloom. Hi, beetle. All right, see if I can keep my smoker going. I'm gonna try to put this in a spot to where y'all could see, where it's not super crazy. I'm gonna set it on the stand. Will the stand hold it up? Heck yeah, but can y'all see what I'm doing? Hopefully I don't have a wind gust or anything. Alright, I'm gonna leave it right there. So this is hive number 5. I'm not sure if this is the one that I'm supposed to add a super to, but this is 2 deep, and I don't even think I have a queen excluder or anything on this one, so let's see how they go. Since it's a bigger hive, I am gonna give it a little bit of smoke. Let me just close it for a little bit because sometimes these do get feisty. It is in the 90s out here. So let's see. Alrighty, I don't see any beetles on the lid, on the inner cover, unless they're on the inside. Let's pry this bad boy open. And before I do that, I want to make sure that you can see that on the camera. Let's see. Sorry, y'all.